Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. We are still stuck in the hell that is Toussaint's bureaucracy, spending time that we don't have with people who don't care, trying to get to an account with money that we don't need. So, yep, sounds like bureaucracy to me. And the helpful guy over there suggested that maybe we should just try to be nice. And the quest journal suggests that we buy a present for the bank clerk, which apparently I'm supposed to get at the alchemy supplies store over here. So we're going to try this. We're going to head out to the alchemist and see if we can find a present for the clerk. I'm not sure what I would want to buy at the alchemist, but I'm sure we can find out. Is this what we're looking for? Perfumery. Oh well, that's actually a pretty neat idea. So, the alchemist sells perfume as well. Well, here we go.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle? Ganesha petals?
Actually, I want some perfume. But yeah, let's ask about the business.
How's business?
The coin is good, but just between us, I'm going batty with boredom. I know what my customers want before they open their mouths. Boltmen, birch sap. Ladies of all walks, whatever fragrance Duchess Henrietta prefers at the time. If just once somebody would order some poison, eh?
A poison? Why a poison of all things? And ironically, I am here to buy perfume or something to that extent. Yeah, I'm not going to play Gwent now. Let me see your
Show
stock.
me what you've got in stock.
Maybe I can find some stuff for my own usage as well. Oh, I actually want one of those. I may want to respec and free up some ability points, so I will buy one of those. What else do you have? Oh, these are the diagrams to change mutagens. I mean, at the moment, I think I have enough mutagens of each color. And I can turn the specific mutagens from, you know, race and stuff into normal mutagens. So I think I'm doing fine, and I can always come back here and buy them once I need them. Okay, he's carrying perfume. I mean, flowers might be nice as well. I don't know, should we go for perfume or for flowers? I don't know. Let's take some of the flowers. I mean, the perfume is actually cheaper than the flowers, but whatever. So, what else do you have? Most of that seems to be pretty ordinary. Dye solution. Solution used for mixing dyes. Ah. Well, I don't know. I will take them all. They're pretty expensive, but I don't really have to worry about money. And apparently he's even selling those ingredients. But I usually can just craft them whenever I want. Right, I think I'm fine. But, you know what? Let's just take the perfume as well, just in case the flowers don't work. I don't want to come back here and buy more stuff. Alright, and I suppose I can sell you some of that. I don't care. He may not be the one offering the best price for that sort of stuff, but like I said, I don't really have to worry about money. So, let's go back to the bank.
Need to get going. Till next time.
Well, he still seemed happy with my purchases. Okay, now let's go back to the bank and see if this is actually going to work. And I still
We
believe
shall
that
long bear the
the
scars of
money
that
I'm
witch's
getting out of this is probably not worth the trouble.
Yes? Can I help you? Cons.
But obviously I still want to complete the quest.
Right.
And I mean, just for the sake of role-playing, it makes more sense to pretend that Garrett is not super rich because witches are supposed to be poor, so it kind of makes sense for him to still go through all of this because he needs the money, right?
Welcome to Chanfanelli Bank, where we look after your coin as if it were our own, etc., etc. How can I help you, sir?
Well, yeah, I still need Form 202.
Need Form 202 to get a copy of Permit A38. Do you know that? Couldn't have told me? Wasted a lot of time because of you.
Garrett is
Please,
supposed
sir.
to be nice.
There's no need to lose your temper. I thought it obvious and thus needed no stating. The form will soon be ready. Name and surname?
Geralt of Rivia.
Well, apparently I get
Let
my
me find
permit
it. Get on, Gemmel.
even without the
Here it is.
present.
Geralt of Rivia. Sorry, sir, I cannot issue Form 202.
Excuse me?
The applicant in question has been declared dead, officially. Now, do tell me, sir, how am I to enter that into the ledger?
Ah, okay, now I can give her a present. So I can give the flowers, I can give the perfume. Or I can try to flirt with her. I don't know. I'm going to try the flowers first.
Got you some flowers. Just to thank you for helping me with my file.
Oh, but I shouldn't. To me? Really?
Match the color of your eyes.
Oh, my. You, sir, are quite the charmer. Ah, please, wait a moment. I shall fetch
Look.
Master Cinfanelli. Perhaps he'll arrange something that excludes the paperwork.
All it took was some good old-fashioned witcher charm, Garrett. You could have just used this from the start. All right.
You tell him dinna disturb, but no, always some bugger who can't stand to wait. Plough me, who's this? Hearty greetings, Master Geralt. You haven't paid us a visit in eons.
Been a bit busy, but I'm back now and I need your help with something.
Of course. Now do tell, how can I help you?
Yeah, I have a problem with my account.
Got a problem with my account. Wanted to withdraw some coins, see, but...
Nae problem there, we'll get you paid up in a jiffy. Just gonna need to settle yon tiny wee trifle.
Heard that already. Permit A38, among others.
Oh, my hands are tied without them, Geralt. But I see you're a quick learner in the ways of banking. You'll get them in a heartbeat.
All right. Also, such a stereotype that the bank is run by a dwarf. But yeah, now be straightforward with me. What happened to my coin?
Chanfanelli, no more excuses. Pay out my coin, now.
Come on, Master Witcher, for why the ire? There's no need. We'll have it all for you. You just need to see the necessary document.
Do I have to give you
Got
flowers
a document
too?
right here means a hell of a lot more than any of your forms or permits. Have a look.
Her enlightened highness, she's hired you.
Mm-hmm. And as her personal emissary, I demand access to my account, right now.
Aye, Master Witcher. This way.
You know, Geralt, you could have shown that earlier too.
So how's the trade these days, Master Witcher?
Can't complain.
Good for you, because in our neck of the woods things are dark, dark shite. Wine sales are stuck in the muck and sinking deeper. It's the fucking wretched names, I tell you. Folk out with the duchy haven't any notion how to say Côte de Blessure and all that. It twists their tongues in bloody knots. Makes them ashamed to ask for it.
Okay, I couldn't
Done.
quite follow, but
Deposit
fair
box
enough.
256. Last one on the right.
256. All right, last one on the right, he said. There we go.
What the hell's this, Cianfanelli? Box is empty.
So no.
Well, coins got to circulate. So when we learned you were dead, Master, we, circulated yours. Purchased stocks, bonds, invested in a few vineyards. Before we knew it, there was hee-haw left in the box.
Really ought to call it what it is. You robbed me, plain and simple.
Nay, Master Witcher, never! I wouldn't dare!
Oh, you'd dare. And now you'll answer for it. Open the gate.
Master Witcher, I'll pay it all back, every red copper. I swear it on my nana's beard.
Well, I suppose he was kinda dead, so yeah. It makes sense that they would think so. Okay, so I'll give you a week and then I will get back my coin, alright?
Got a week, not 1 day more.
You shan't regret this, I swear. I'll rustle it up, have it ready for you in 7 days.
See you then.
And I won't need any more permits when I come back in a week, I hope? Well, here we go. Wait a week and talk to Cianfanelli. Okay, I'm going to wait a week and then I will come back. But today I really would like to continue with our main quest, which is this one. I'm supposed to meet Regis at the cemetery. Not the one next to the city, but the one over here. So I guess I'm going to fast travel that this time. There is a fast travel point very close by. Right here, exactly. So, let's see what Regis can tell us about the guy we're hunting. Okay, yeah, we have been here before, but I tried to avoid the main quest.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Yeah, I already see some ghouls. Anyway, let's have a look inside here.
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here.
Okay, find a way into the crypt. Well, he must have been able to get inside somehow, right? And there's definitely something underground. Alright, and yeah, I already see the ghouls over here.
How you like that silver?
May as well kill them first. There we go. So, let's see. Let's rob some graves while we're here. Apparently there is another entrance over here. Okay. I suppose this will do. And I won't like fall to my death if I just jump down here. Oh, what the hell? That's a Kikimor. Oh, I haven't seen those in a while. Again, some creatures from the first game suddenly making a comeback. I'm pretty sure there were no Kikimors in the second game, right? Huh. Alright, well.
Kikimor eggs. Need to incinerate these to ash.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let me take care of that. I will destroy them all.
Some stench. Damn it.
Oh, and well, someone didn't like the fact that I destroyed all those eggs, huh? But yeah, the Toussaint area seems to have more or less the same wildlife as Vizima. Which is interesting. Okay. This one is dead as well. Do we have more Kikimos? Not in the immediate vicinity, apparently. So, I will move further into the crypt, but I may want to use a torch. There we go. Yeah, let's see what we can find in here. First of all, there's a branch in the road here. Let me try this first. Oh, I see. It's just leading to the same spot. But I can rob more graves over here. So, let me do that.
Someone placed an illusion here.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Well, good thing I still have that thing from Kira. A knight's oath. Here rests Sir Raman of Gishan. On my grave you will not find the likeness of a man who once lived. I gave my heart, soul and body to the knightly craft, and I wish to be remembered as a knight. The symbol of chivalry is a naked sword, and that symbol rests above me. The sword that defended my honor, my friends, and my heart. The sword was closer to me than a brother. The sword that was never stained by the blood of an innocent man. Let it rest on the stone through the ages. Okay. What happens if I take the sword? Will you be mad at me? Will this summon some terrible curse down upon me? I don't know. I'll take it anyway, right? Casus Foederis. Well, nothing happened. Let me have a look at that sword. Again, it's not a bad sword. But I really like the high critical hit damage bonus of the Viper sword, so let's see. I may just keep it or sell it or whatever. I have no respect for the dead. I just steal their swords and then I sell them for profit.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
Okay.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Okay. So what exactly do you want to do with it?
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell? Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Covenarius never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Covenarius gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Okay, well, and tell me more about that ring.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Okay. And I'm going to assume you can't just summon him.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both higher vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it. Let's make that decoction.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could
Actually,
go with a kobold's
I
eyes.
saw white.
But the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
The hand still creeps me out.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Well, sure. I never say no to a drink.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Well, I would like to say that I have a lot of secrets.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Let's see. Yeah, let's catch up a bit. What have you been doing?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
As a matter of fact, yes, I have.
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
What's it like being dead? That's an interesting question.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends
Well,
on
to
your
you,
point
maybe.
of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Indeed. So, how are you handling your abstinence?
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Touchy
Not
subject,
to worry,
apparently.
Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Okay, thank you. And tell me about regeneration.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, But Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
Yeah.
For a bit. But Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Alright. I understand. Yeah, do you want to ask me anything?
Alright, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
That is an interesting question. I don't know. I don't think that Geralt specifically hates being a witcher, or at least he accepts it. But if you have a new life, then you may want to try something else for a change, right? Not because you really hate your current life, but because you want some diversity. So, I don't know. Maybe we want to be someone else,
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that had earned me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
Uh-huh.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Not as far as I know, but I take it as a compliment.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived, entirely unmolested.
Okay. Well, what can you tell me about the curse?
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something.
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct. And a curse. In one place. That a coincidence? Or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Okay, fair enough. I suppose that shouldn't be that hard to acquire. And maybe I can find out about this curse in some other way. Yeah, anything else you can tell me about this white?
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Okay. Well, maybe I can find out. Yeah, I should visit this white.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Okay, so I'm supposed to get some white saliva. And they want me to read the bestiary to learn more about spotted whites. Oh, I guess this is a specific form of white, and the one that I met in the cave was not actually a real spotted white that I need for this. Okay, yeah, I'm going to read the bestiary entry. By the way, I'm still very much confused about the color of my armor since I dyed it. It looks very blackish in the character panel, but depending on the angle and the lighting, it's actually still blue in real life. It's kind of weird. Anyway, let's read the bestiary entry. Still have some other stuff to read up on, like the Kikimos and the Panthers. So let's see. Okay, it's not a specter. I thought there were maybe some form of ghost, but apparently they're not. So what exactly are they? Ah, they are necrophages. Okay. Spotted whites. The best defense against spotted whites, stay calm and leave them alone. Fragments of a treatise on spotted whites by Roderick Gilligan. Yeah, that's not really an option here. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white which the witches drove to extinction. They were larger than their unspotted kin and owed their names to their numerous blotches and diffusions. Spotted whites would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took to living in abandoned human domiciles. There they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. Okay. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they became very dangerous indeed. If the colder month or when faced with an unseasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. So maybe I should attack them with my new frosty art, huh? Even during their active periods, it is said the witches found a surefire way of besting them, based around careful casting of the Yrden sign, or at least so claims Witcher lore. Okay, well, they suggest Igni and Yrden and necrophage oil. Interestingly enough, normal whites are weak to Axi. Okay, well, I have read the bestiary entry, so I think I'm going to make a cut here, and we will look for that white in the next episode. So as usual, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.